Solid field, especially given the fact that a lot of big names are running the women's 100 or the 200. So 100 is Asher Smith, Daniels, Jackson, Kambunji, Richardson, Toulouse, Terry, Thompson-Herah, and Brianna Williams. What do you think?
It's a legit field. Even with, I think you can't. I mean, you can technically get better by putting Shelly Ann Fraser Price in there, but
Yeah.
with or without her, this is very similar to what the World Final is going to look like, talent
Yeah.
wise. Now, obviously, it's not going to be these exact 8 women, but it's going to be close enough, or 9 women.
9, yeah.
Obviously, Elaine Thompson-Herah, she's going to win this race. Like, that's not the question. The question isn't, can someone beat Elaine Thompson-Herah? I think there's 2 questions. One, how fast will Elaine run?
Mhm.
Um, will she throw down a 10-8, or is she going to be going down to the 10-6s? Because we'll get to see
Yeah.
what Elaine. And then the second part of the race is, where will people may not want to hear this, because I know people think Sha'Carri gets too much attention and doesn't have the performances. But at the end of the day, you want to see where Sha'Carri finishes in this field. No one cares about Dina Asher Smith's finish or Tiana Daniels' finish or Toulouse finish. They care about Richardson's finish, where she lands
I
in
do.
this.
I care. For the
No, you
record, I just
don't.
want to
You
say I
care
care.
about where
Yes, I
Sha'Carri
do. I
Richardson
care.
finishes. You want to see her.
Um,
You
I
are
can
going to
care
want to
about
know
where
whether
9
she's going to
people
finish
finishes.
seventh, whether she finish fifth, second, first. She's not finishing first, but
I have the capacity to care about where all 9 people finish. It doesn't take that much
no,
mental
you don't.
energy.
You don't
I
have to.
think it
You don't have to.
is. Well, no, but here's the thing. And how does she stack up to the Americans, right? Because we talked about this when we did a little preview on Monday. It's like the expectation isn't to beat Thompson or Ra, but if, or even maybe shouldn't beat Jackson or Asher Smith. Maybe she gets fourth, but head to head against the American, she's in a good spot. I think that's a good result for her. Not what we would have said a year ago, but results change, times change. This field, though, is much more similar to what the final could be in Eugene than the men's field because the men's field is just way American heavy and the max they can get is 4. The women's field, you go through, you have Great Britain, US, Jamaica, Switzerland, US, Ivory Coast, US, Jamaica, Jamaica. So there's 4 Jamaican women in this field, or excuse me, 3 Jamaican women in this field, and then 3 US women in this field, and then the rest Switzerland, Great Britain, and Ivory Coast. So that's a you could see a final like this. Now, obviously, I would anticipate Jillian Fraser Price would be in there, and there's some other women that could make this final. But it does kind of give you a little bit of a look into what you could see, or even on the Diamond League circuit when it's not in the U.S. I know when it is in the U.S., some of those fields get a little bit more U.S. heavy, but this is tough. I mean, I had a feeling it was going to be really a good field, but then you saw the 200 field, and you're thinking, okay, well, Fraser Price isn't in there. I wonder if Kambunji is going to be in there. Like some of these other top talents may not be in there, but this is a tough race for all the Americans, Richardson in particular. Do you want to change? What was your prediction about where she finished? Do you want to change it now
Where
that you've seen the
Richardson will
field?
finish?
Yeah, because do you think Thompson-Herah is going to win? I think
Yes.
Thompson-Herah is going to win. I think runner up, I would probably go with Asher Smith, Jackson. Those
I
looked
know exactly what's
pretty
going to
good
happen.
too. Okay, tell me. Okay, Gordon is going to tell us exactly what happens in the women's 100. Go.
Bring up the start list again. I'll tell you the exact order. Like, I'm 99.9% sure this will be the exact order. In first place will be Elaine Thompson-Herah. In
Hmm.
second place will be Dina Asher Smith. In third place will be Sharika Jackson. In fourth place will be Talu. In fifth place will be Kambunji. In sixth place will be Richardson. Seventh, Terry. Eighth, Tiana Daniels. And in ninth place, Brianna Williams. That will be the order. Hurrah, Smith, Jackson, Talu, Kambunji, Richardson, Terry, Daniels, Williams. Lock it in. That's the result.
That would not be a great result for the U.S.,
No,
but
I
also
think
that could be
I
a
think the
realistic
U.S. are going to
result
get
too.
smoked in this race. I think they're going to get smoked. They're going to finish all sixth or worse.
Are you just trying to just do the opposite of what you did last year, which is continually pick the US against Jamaica? Is that what this is? You're just every other year you're just switching?
Well, I'm picking Jamaica against US in this situation. I think
That's what I'm saying.
that
And last year you picked her to win the pre-classic 100 last year. Do you remember that?
I did. Ooh, you know,
After
I
what
learned.
Thompson-Herah and Fraser Price had done, you're like, "Yes, I'm gonna pick her.
Okay,
Not
well,
gonna
I'm
pick
not
those
picking.
2."
I'm picking her to get sixth. I'm picking her to be the top
Okay,
American, but I think all three Americans will finish in 6, 7, and 8.
fair. All right.
That's the ultimate prediction. The three Americans will finish 6, 7, 8. Like that's the real prediction. Because Kambunji versus Toulouse versus Jackson, like who cares? The real situation is going to be Thompson will win, and then
Mhm.
6, 7, 8 will be the three Americans, with Sha'Carri being the top American. And then Sha'Carri will tweet out, just getting started, top American. So
Okay. And now you're predicting the
Natalie
tweets.
Gordon said Brianna Williams is not finishing dead last. Well, someone's gonna have to finish dead last, so someone's gonna have to do it. People are upset in the
Well,
chat.
hold on. But you did. I don't necessarily agree with your 9, but like, and I don't want to go into like everybody we predict top 9 for every race because we'll be here all day. But you're right. Somebody does have to finish last in this field, and it's
Yeah,
really even. Like Thompson-Herah cut above everybody else, but then you could talk yourself into a lot of these women finishing in that 2, 3, 4 range. Whereas you go into some of these other races, you could definitely see, all right, there's like a second tier, like the mile, right? You could definitely, it's no one's gonna be like, man, toss up between Colin Solomon and Jakob Ingebrigtsen. Don't really know how that one's gonna go. Like, there's a there's a clearer pecking order in some of these events. The women's 100 after Thompson-Herah is very balanced. So someone had to get last. So if you're criticizing Gordon in the chat, you need to put who you think's going to get last. Just kidding. You don't need to do
yeah.
that.
Can't have everyone finish second. Someone's got to be last.
Well, and everybody's had a
Speaking of,
glimmer of hope because you've always talked about Daniels just always being there, being steady. We've seen what Terry has done this year. Tolu is always in the mix. You could just make an argument, Kambunji. You could just like make an argument for everybody to go in here.
well,
But
I still believe in Daniels, just not in the Prefontaine Classic. Like Daniels is not going to run well here, but then when it comes to USA's, she's going to finish top 3. Like that's how that works.
you got it all
Daniels is
figured
good at
out.
getting good at being good at top 3 at USA's, not necessarily top 3 at Prefontaine Classic.
Prefontaine results are not always predictive, even though we just said that the men they should be considered the favorite. But remember, was it 19 and Shelly Ann ran like 11.5 when she just cruised through? Remember that one? And then it's
Yeah.
like, is this it? Is it over? Nope. Fast as ever. Ready for the